Boom, boom, boom. Good day, everybody. It's Drew here. Hope you're going well. I am here to react to this week's Pokemon Presents. My God, Pikachu was absolutely cranking. It was funny because I tuned in earlier and it was like pretty relaxing music. And I love that, like, closer to the event, more Pikachus have actually like come into the area. A little bit scared of being copyright. I've turned it down, but yeah, I'm gonna have it like on the bare minimum just so I don't get copyrighted. But yeah, as far as what I'm expecting out of this Pokemon Presents, I'm not too really expecting much, to be honest with you. I'm just very keen to hopefully get maybe some more Legends EA information, which we will definitely get, but hopefully something that's exciting, gets me more hyped up about the game. I've been, modern Pokemon. I'm a 31-year-old man now. I'm very much just in my element with what I like. I like pixels and all of that from when I was a kid. So it kind of comes down to just like surprise third-party announcements or second-party deals that they're doing with other publishers to get some different games out there, because over the course of Switch, we really haven't gotten many. So I don't know. I don't know what this DJ Pikachu is. Maybe it's something fun just to do for the post show, which it is. It is fun, but I don't know. As Nintendo fans, I guess we got to look into it a little bit more. It's like, oh, could this be a music game? Could this be an element of Legends EA where DJ Pikachu is a part of the nightlife? I don't know. Got Levenade in the chat. Pick a to you too, dude. Hope you're going well tonight, Luke. Man, I'm looking forward to it though. I just want to sort of get through the mobile section, because that's the thing with these directs. They're just very, the mobile side of things. I'm just, I'm not there for it. But we don't have the music turned on because I am scared that the Pokemon Company will come and get me. I just got to make sure that I turn it back on when this countdown stops. We've got half a minute to go. So whether it will start off with ZA straight away, get straight into the good stuff, or it's just going to go to like the Pokemon trading card, Pokemon Go, Pokemon this, just go through like the list of what seems to be like 10 mobile games. It's winding down. The copyright notices shouldn't be coming in that quickly. Surely. I don't know. It's always rough, like for like live streams. If they do like copyrighted music, it's kind of a mean thing to do. Here we go. So here we go, everyone. Enjoy. Hope we all get a great direct. But am I on the right thing, or was this just the DJ, the Pokemon DJ? Do I have to go to a different video? Don't know. Maybe I do. Do I go to the official Pokemon Company? I thought that was just going to go straight into it, but it seems like that's its own video. Well, that's handy. That's annoying.
From the Pokemon Company International.
Okay.
Today, I'm excited to share details about the 2025 Pokemon World Championship.
Wait a minute, this is Game Explains reaction.
I love the design of the Anaheim.
Hold on. Why would you not... Whoa, Jesus Christ. Why would you not link me to the actual thing? This is just annoying. There we go. I don't think I'm missing out on too much anyway. Oh, it's just a video. That's interesting. So we can just like skim ahead. So I'm a little bit behind. That's all right. If I turn it down, it's so loud on my side. I don't know. Let's go.
Hello everyone, I'm Ishihara from the Pokemon Company.
Wait, this is an old one too. What the hell's going on? Oh my god, where is it? Honestly. Are they live? I can't find it. Videos? Yeah. There it is, okay.
School for the Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet video games.
That's annoying. Sorry about that.
During the weekend,
Watches this
fans
VOD.
at home can tune in to the action via our live stream broadcast available in multiple languages.
If you're still there too, Luke, let
Some
me
of
know
these
about the
streams
audio
have
levels if they're
special
okay.
giveaways planned. So we hope you'll join us in cheering our competitors as they strive to achieve the title of World Champion. Thank you for being a part of what makes our global community of Pokemon
Shiny
trainers so special.
Cool. It's not even Tentacle. I forgot the name of it now. From Scarlet and Violet.
On this island, we want the Pokemon to have as much fun as they'd like.
Pokemon Concierge, cool.
We'll do our
it's coming
very
out.
best to help you feel as comfortable as possible.
I love the
So you can
aesthetic
make
of
the
it.
most of the
I
amenities
can't
we
say
offer.
like I was enwrapped in like what was happening.
Oh, I just planted there.
If anybody looks at this and goes, "Oh yuck,"
Haru, it's
I don't
all
know.
up to you. Make our team proud.
Are you okay?
Thanks, I'm fine. Kent?
Haru?
oh,
Oh yeah,
that the
guy's
boyfriend?
totally her ex, no doubt.
oh, we got a bit of drama. Trouble in paradise,
Moving
literally.
here helped a lot. Working actually makes me happy, and I can work harder too.
Wait, Celio! Come back! Sorry Celio is causing you so much trouble. I know it's a lot.
How long have you and Celio known each other, Dan?
For about 15 years now. Looking back, it gave me such good memories and so much happiness.
As long as you never give up, you can overcome any obstacle. And our
go, put it
friends
there.
always remind us that we're never alone. Onward to a brand new day.
September 4th? Awesome. I quite like Netflix for Pokemon.
My name is Peter Lord, the co-founder and creative director at Aardman Animation Studio in Bristol, England. Now at Aardman, we have created award-winning stories with iconic characters. Now, we have the pleasure of partnering with Pokemon on an exciting new stop-motion animated series. We'll be putting some very special Pokemon front and center as the heroes of our show, and it will be set in a region which is very close to our hearts. It will give a unique look at the Pokemon world told from the perspective of Pokemon, with a signature Aardman sense of character and comedy and craft. I know you'll love it as much as we do. We could not be more excited to share this sneak peek with the world, so let's have a look.
Okay. Poor Wooloo. He's completely oblivious to everything that's going on. Surface and Pichu. Okay. Cool. I like how we
Hello,
haven't got any mobile
I'm
news yet.
Utsunomiya
This
from
is
the
this is
Pokemon
nice.
Company. In today's broadcast, we will be bringing you a variety of news about Pokemon, including our newest titles.
Cool.
In our next segment, we'd like to share the latest information about Pokepark Kanto. Please have a look.
Pokepark Kanto. What is this?
Pokepark Kanto, the first permanent outdoor Pokemon attraction, will open soon.
Cool. Where?
Pokepark Kanto is built on roughly 26,000 square meters of land within Japan's Yomiuri Land amusement park.
Pokemon has grown so much thanks to lots of support from many people. So we wanted to make a place everyone could come together and enjoy. A space where Pokemon will always be, and where people and Pokemon can have fun together. That wish prompted us to begin work on a world where Pokemon truly exist.
All these like theme parks, other parts of the world
Pokepark Kanto
I want to go
is
to.
broadly divided into two areas.
Pokemon live within the forest.
I want to go to Pokepark
Step
Hoenn.
inside, you'll find Pokemon playing together in groups. We want to broaden people's idea of how Pokemon live and interact with one another by letting them experience a world with Pokemon in it. A place where we can tell visitors, welcome to the world of Pokemon.
As you enter, You'll be greeted by the diverse landscape of this rich natural forest where Pokemon reside. There's also an area where Pokemon and trainers gather, the town of your dreams. Here, encounters with a variety of Pokemon await you.
That's really nice artwork. At least give me a poster if I can't go there. Yeah, cool.
Next, we have
Another
a
thing to
number
do
of
in
other
Japan if I ever
announcements to
make it.
share with you.
What is it? Pokemon Go. Oh, so you got to go skydiving to get Eternatus, do you?
Pokemon Go Fest 2025 Max Finale is coming soon. Max Pokemon will be appearing one after another. Eternatus will be appearing for the first time globally. We also have a promo code to share that will give you a chance to catch a
Cool.
powerful Gigantamax Pokemon.
Haven't played Pokemon Go in a long time, but when I did, I was really into it. Here's the mobile section. They put it in the middle this time.
I'll finish him off. Let's teach him a lesson with our new power. Pokemon Masters EX.
It's the Pokemon Cafe segment, yep. There's a big Lapras there. They also put a lot of effort into these ads. Like they're always like got the animation over like the real footage and everything, and you know, all of this for Pokemon Sleep. It's like, yeah, I haven't even tried Pokemon Sleep. It's one of those things where it's like I don't charge my phone on a cord, so I have it just on a magnet, so I can't really just put it under my pillow. But I got to admit, with Latios and Latias being my favourite Pokemon, I do want to kind of give them a go.
Latios and Latias can both quickly fly to each other.
Oh, that looks so
A
good.
new type of battle, Electrode Volleyball, will be available after this broadcast ends.
I wouldn't mind giving it a go. Actually, I quite enjoyed Pokemon Unite. But it's just, the microtransactions were so heavy. For items, for the battle pass and everything, it was a bit much. I bought a battle pass, but the amount they wanted you to play was just crazy. Ooh, that looked nice. I am still playing this every day. Just usually when I put Layla to bed, I give her a bottle of milk, I hold her in my arms and get my phone out and I open my couple of packs. That's what I typically do.
Next, please take a look at this video.
Oh, here we go. This will be exciting. They're going to sell us a light bulb.
Just one line?
Oh, good. We got another mobile game. Bit of a puzzle game. Link up the bulbs. Yep. Wow, that looks... Look at that. Pokemon Friends. Wow. Well, well. Brilliant. It is on Switch as well. At least we got that.
Solve puzzles and get your daily aha moment. Use the plush you get from solving puzzles to decorate your in-game plush rooms.
Okay. So every day you get a new puzzle and you can get a plush to put in your little room,
Pokemon
collect them.
Friends.
So this is going to be another advertisement in future Pokemon Presents.
Friends is a puzzle game
Ooh,
where
we're
players
adding
enjoy the
Piplup
thrill of
this
realization
month.
while
You can
untangling
get the
their
Piplup
thoughts.
plush.
Every day
That's-
you play is a chance to untangle your next
I've got nothing to
Eureka
say about
moment.
that.
Pokemon Friends will be available
Those like
on
train
Nintendo
puzzles, you got to
Switch,
turn around the track.
iOS,
It's like,
and
yeah.
Android after this broadcast.
Cool. I guess it looks like I might be able to play
We
it
hope you download it and give
with
it a
my
try.
kids on the Switch. Maybe. But
Next, allow me to share some news about the Pokemon main series.
yeah, may as well. Do
A
it.
free update geared for the Nintendo Switch 2 system is available for the Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet games.
Yeah, it's not awful
When
now.
playing on Nintendo Switch 2, you'll be able to enjoy smoother movement and even sharper graphics.
Crazy.
We hope you try visiting the Paldea region on Nintendo Switch 2 as well.
What raids do we have access to? Something nuts. Oh. Wow. The legendary.
A new Terra Raid battle event series will kick off in Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet tomorrow. These Terra Raid battle events will feature Shiny Wo-Chien, Shiny Qianpao, Shiny Tinglu, and Shiny Chi-Yu. But just winning the Terra Raid battles won't be enough to get these 4 Pokemon. You'll be able to add each one to your team only after it's been defeated 1 million times. Everyone will have to work together to attain the treasures of Ruin.
So yes, you got to beat it 1 million times.
Pokemon Mass Outbreak events will also be occurring at the same time.
Okay.
And that's not all. We're also giving away a tracksuit apparel item, so we hope you continue to
Ooh.
enjoy adventuring in the Paldea region.
Okay, that only interests me because I'm sick of being in my stupid school uniform.
Next, allow me to share some information about Pokemon Champions.
Yes, I would like to hear about this one. Can this be the one that's out today instead of the puzzle one?
Pokemon Champions. In this title, you can enjoy the battles you know and love from the Pokemon series on your Nintendo Switch or mobile device. You can invite your previous Pokemon partners to join the action by linking with Pokemon Home, or you can find new partners to battle alongside you right away from within Pokemon Champions.
It's cool. You can rent them.
You can recruit Pokemon to your team to battle alongside you. It's up to you which Pokemon to choose. Recruit Pokemon you're interested in and form a team. Then it's finally time for Pokemon battles. You can enjoy ranked battles that let you face off against trainers from around the world, as well as private battles where you can take on family and friends with greater immersion than ever before. Take on thrilling matches in single battles and double battles. Finally, we'd like to introduce you to a new way to raise Pokemon that lets you enjoy battles even more. Pokemon Champions offers ways to make raising your Pokemon more flexible and convenient than ever.
Oh,
Teach
cool.
your Pokemon moves that interest you.
And just put
Then
EVs
train
and
your
IVs
Pokemon
straight
to
into
make
them.
the most of them. Recruit and train to easily enjoy Pokemon battling.
Oh, see, you can just like do it all there. That's awesome.
Bringing
Change
Pokemon
the
battles
natures and
to
everything.
everyone. Pokemon Champions. Plan to release in 2026.
No.
Last up, we have some news about the Pokemon Legends ZA game. Please have a look at this video.
Mega Evolution. Strategy meeting. Cool. Character customization looks good. Because I really feel like in Scarlet and Violet, the customization was just like variation of like a school kid's uniform. Like I don't like running around in the school kid's uniform. It really, I really hated it. But now I can put on nice hats. Oh. Get him Tyranitar. So what's this? Is this raids, essentially? Oh. This was actually leaked, but yeah, the brand new Mega Evolution, the Dragonite.
Pokemon Legends ZA. We'd like to introduce this game's new story, which takes place in a city striving to be somewhere that belongs to both people and Pokemon. After you arrive in Lumio City, either Urbane or Tawny will invite you to join Team MZ. Team MZ's objective is to protect the city of Lumiose. Let's get to know Team MZ a little better. There's Naveen, a fashion designer in the making. And there's Lita, who aspires to become a professional dancer. As part of Team MZ, you'll spend your days in Lumio City with this crew. Lumio City looks different by day and by night. During the day, you can explore the city and find lots of Pokemon to add to your party. Then, by night, you can compete in the ZA Royale with the Pokemon you've raised, aiming to climb the ranks. As you advance in the ZA Royale, battles against powerful trainers await. One of those trainers, Corbeau, is the boss of the Rust Syndicate, an organization operating in Lumio City. It seems like he has some kind of business with the members of Team MZ. Lumio City offers plenty of ways to have fun aside from Pokemon battling, too. Trainers can change their hairstyle, looks, and outfit to appear however they would like as they stroll around the city.
Cool headphones.
If you've teamed up with a Furfrou, a Pokemon with distinctive long fur, you can even have it trimmed into fashionable styles.
I don't think I will team up
You
with
can
a
also
Furfrou.
take photos at interesting spots, or relax and hang out with your Pokemon if you like. All kinds of encounters await you in Lumiose City. Emma, the best detective in Lumiose, will ask you to help with her detective work. You can find people around the city who need a hand and solve their problems.
Oh, that's pretty
Mabel
cool.
is the
Got, like,
acting
side
director
missions
of
and
the
things. That'd be
Pokemon
fun.
Research Lab. By catching Pokemon, you can aid her research. In return, you can receive useful items for your adventures in this game.
Cool. That was a lot of fun in the first Legends as well, just catching and completing that
Something
Pokedex.
strange has been occurring in Lumio City recently. Some wild Pokemon have been mega evolving on their own and going rogue. These so-called rogue mega-evolved Pokemon can't contain their own strength and are the very definition of dangerous. To take them on, you'll need to fight Mega Evolution with Mega Evolution. One newly discovered Mega Evolved Pokemon, Mega Dragonite, has distinctive Dragonair-like features, like wings on its head and a pearl on its tail. While tackling rogue Mega Evolved Pokemon, you'll want an ally from Team MZ at your side, plus strong bonds with your Pokemon.
I love that Mega Raid idea.
This city holds many stories. Different wishes intertwine, seeking for people and Pokemon to coexist. Pokemon Legends ZA, coming Thursday, October 16, 2025.
Information. Cool. I will claim a Ralts. 100 Pokeballs. So generous.
What did you think? Pokemon Legends ZA is releasing on October 16, 2025. We hope you're looking forward to your new adventures in Lumiose City. That's all for today's presentation. Thank you very much for tuning in.
No worries. Is that actually it? Yep, looks like it. Man. Oh, look, you'll be in Japan. October. Awesome. Hope you have fun. Man. Jeez, I don't know how I feel about that. That was fine. I don't know. That was all right, I guess. Let's get out of this. But yeah, I mean, the game looks good. It doesn't like get me too hyped or anything. I'm a little bit unsure on that battle system still. I feel like a little bit unsure of just like actually running around the battlefield, and it doesn't look that fast or kinetic or interesting. And it kind of, I do wonder if it will take away from some of the more like, I guess, just battle strategies where it is just like, I guess you do have to think about your position as well. But no, it just seems, just watching it without playing it seems so slow. But obviously when you get your thumbs on the sticks, it might be a fair bit different. But yeah, I'm not too sure. And Pokemon Champions not coming until next year. So, all right. I can't remember if they put a year on it last time they shown it or not. I can't remember, but I didn't expect it to be at least, 5 months away. So yeah, I don't know. Nothing got me too exciting. I guess the new reveal was Pokemon Friends, another mobile app slash Switch One game, which I got to say, all of this effort put into just like the mobile apps, like that's where all the spin-offs go, and it's all just like this very simple puzzle game. It's Pokemon Go. It's Pokemon Unite. It's not exciting, but I feel like I get my Pokemon kick just from going back to older games and ROM hacks and things like that. I feel like the Pokemon community's got a better hold on making interesting things than the actual Pokemon company does. But yeah, don't know, man. Luke says, I was hoping to see more of the new battle system too. Yeah, I guess, they've kind of already shown it though in the previous, whether it was a direct or presents, they already have sort of shown the battle mechanics. So there isn't really too much to show. Like you run around and your Pokemon follow you a bit, and it's about just like the positioning and the gaps and trying to dodge attacks and your timing. So you can't really just like, if you got like flamethrower or something, you can't maybe aim straight at them necessarily. Might not be quick enough, so you got to aim a little bit ahead, see if they run into it. But I don't know. I kind of liked how in the first Legends game, how you're getting absolutely destroyed by this Pokemon, and then you send out yours and it initiates a turn-based battle, and that sort of gives you a bit of rest, a bit of peace of mind. Like, all right, I can relax a little bit now. I can strategize. I can make sure I've got the right Pokemon at the start of my team. got the type advantage, maybe paralyze them and sort of take a breath. But in this, it's going to be like, all right, you're going to be basically just running around this square. It's not like you're going to be going up and down like canals and things like that. It's just going to be like a sections of zone when you start a battle and you're going to be running around. But yeah, we'll see if there's any news on this stuff already, because like I'll try and maybe go over it. I don't know. I was thinking about doing a podcast afterwards, but I really don't think there's too much to really go into. I'll go through some of the Nintendo blogs here. Should be right to put my screen on. Desktop. Yep, got it here. Yeah. So what do we got here? Go to what, Nintendo Life. Probably not going to be that quick. Maybe IGN. IGN, they're professionals. Surprise, a brand new Pokemon puzzle game is available now on mobile and Switch. So I saw Zach in Discord. He posted a spoiler, and I assume that's what it was. Yeah, Pokemon Friends. So yeah, that was up live on the App Store beforehand. And yeah, I mean, maybe I'll give it a download and just see what it's like. I guess it's worth talking about somewhat, I guess. But yeah, what they showed, dude, I'm like, oh my God, it looks like the most boring, generic looking puzzle game I've ever seen. But maybe the collecting of like the plush dolls and that would be fun too. Hey, Michael, how you going, mate? 100 Pokeball Digital Predator Boner. Oh my God, I'll take 6. That's right. I'll pre-order 6 copies to make sure I can lock some of that stuff in. But yeah, I don't know. I went into it like not expecting anything, but you're always hoping. You're always hoping to see something cool. I just want like a proper spin-off game on Switch, whether it's just like a rhythm game or another mystery dungeon or just whatever, like whatever it might be. I kind of just want it out. And even the other thing, which I knew was going to be a surefire thing with, what's it called? Pokemon Champions. Just that not coming till next year either. But man, that did look pretty cool, I will admit. How, you know, it's shown us before that it had like the Mega Evolutions, the Z moves, all of like the new gimmicks that have been out in the last 3 generations of Pokemon. So we're being able to do that. Which looks really, really cool. And being able to customize your Pokemon that much too. Like, anybody familiar with Pokemon Showdown, which is I haven't really used it, to be honest. Maybe I did as a kid, but definitely haven't used it like within the last 15 or 20 years even. You're kind of able to do that. You're able to choose your Pokemon, the natures, their stats, how many IVs, EVs, how the stats are just distributed. I completely butchered that word, but you know what I meant. So yeah, it's kind of cool that you're able to do that amount of customization for each Pokemon, that just able to bring them in to like a competitive, viable nature and battle straight away in an official app. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, I mean, when that comes out, I'll download that. That'll be great to actually have on my phone as well as Switch. Like playing it on the TV would be great, but having it on your phone, man, just like you're at PAX or something and you just, well, hey, you want to have a battle, you can challenge people to battle. Hopefully it's got an easy friend system to battle people as well, which would be great. So yeah, it'd be great. Hopefully. Do I want to go back to Pokemon Sleep for this new area? For the new area? Don't know. It's up to you, man. I mean, like this is like the Pokemon game I've never played. When I saw it, I'm like, I'm okay. I'm okay. I don't need the Pokemon to track my sleep. I love Pokemon, but I don't quite need that. Sexy Dragonite was a highlight. I mean, it was like pretty much the new thing that they've shown. Got the look into the new evil team, how Mega Evolution raids work, which actually looks kind of neat. I like the idea of Megas having their own raids. I think that's a good use of bringing Megas back, not just having them for, I guess, well, they're not really even in competitive battling, really, because there isn't multiplayer or online play for Legends ZA. So I reckon that's pretty good. It is interesting that the qualities that are different about Dragonite come from Dragonair, like the wings on his head and like the pearl on his tail, like they mentioned in the video. So it is kind of weird in that respect. It's like, if he's stronger, why does he have attributes from his middle evolution? And I get that they don't look like they're meant to have evolved at all anyway. But yeah, kind of strange. But I just feel like with Pokemon, I'm just so much more excited for like the fan community, what they're doing with like the ROM hacks and the fan games. Like the last few weeks, I've been putting together like a folder to play on my Retroid Pocket. Metroid Pocket. I got a Retroid Pocket Classic as well. And I'm super excited to play older pixel-based Pokemon games on these things, especially this one. I'll show you guys this. It is so cool. I've been meaning to jump into it. Ugh. Stuck in this case. It's meant to have like a little flap that you're able to get it out easy. Yeah, that's why they put it. That's why. There we go. Just tip it upside down. Yeah, so it's a Retroid Pocket. So it's got an OLED screen. It's based on OLED, and it's just modeled after like the Pokemon Game Boy Color, and I'm just so stoked, man, to like just play on this. So this is the Pokemon I want. I'm not really into like the more generic, kind of art style they got going on these days. I really like the look of Sword and Shield, but like Scarlet and Violet, I'm not really a fan of how it looks. I think it looks just a bit boring and a bit bad. I don't know. So like when I'm going through like all these different ROM hacks to play on these things, I'm looking at like open world versions of Pokemon Emerald and remixes, remasters, and other versions that just went through and rebalanced everything and added quality of life features. So like I'm really excited about the franchise, but it's a bunch of old stuff and it's brand new stuff from the fans. Honestly, it's the fans that are making Pokemon a fun franchise to continue playing. And I completely understand that I am old man talking to the clouds, type of thing. If Pokemon were to make a pixel-based game or something like they did back on the Game Boy Advance or even DS, the kids would look at it and be like, that's old. And a lot of people would look at it and be like, that's not worth, 110 Australian dollars, which, I get. Unfortunately, it's just the market, I guess. But I feel like they should do something at least with that. Like at bare minimum, can you... I feel I'm just going around in circles. I really would like them just to re-release the older games, but I'm at the point now where I just prefer to play those older games on this anyway, like this form factor with the OLED screen and like the square screen, as well as on this, because I can do retro achievements and everything on these. Like, it's going to be much better playing it as a ROM on this than Nintendo Online at this point, which it kind of sucks, but I mean, that's kind of up to Nintendo and Pokemon to make us feel that way. But I'll catch up on the chat. Michael Towns, what have you said, Michael? Pokemon Sleep is the ultimate anti-woke game, but it is very anti-woke. Yeah, it's very, very, very right-wing Pokemon Go. Sleep tracking is bad, but it's a fun game to collect ingredients and craft meals for Snorlax and to collect Pokemon each morning. I did really like was it called Pokemon Quest early Switch days? I really did enjoy that, and that was very simple and just bringing back Pokemon to your camp and collecting things. So I totally get like the gameplay loop and why you would want to do it for sure. Like I love collecting, and these games that just encourage collecting, I'm all about. So yeah, I understand why it would be fun, but yeah, no, it's like I'll collect Pokemon in something else. The Pokemon hack of the Phonemon game was amazing. Phonemon, what's that? You have to let me know, Michael. Quartz or something? Pokemon Quartz? Oh, I remember years ago, like, back when I was a kid, it was something like Pokemon. It was Pokemon Diamond, wasn't it? It was like a Game Boy Color. It wasn't even a Pokemon game, but it somehow got mixed into being like a Pokemon game or whatever. I remember something like that. Pokemon Diamond. Paper Pokemon with the art style. Yeah, so that's what I mean. Like, do stuff like that. Like, go nuts. Do like a more traditional, I guess, like time-based RPG like Paper Mario and go nuts with the art style. Like, we need more games like that. Just like completely different. like different versions of turn-based, and even platformers, rhythm games. You know, just there's so many genres Pokemon could do and do well. Pokemon kart, do a Pokemon kart. Probably not, but that'd be cool. I was looking at a ROM hack of Mario Kart 64, and it's called Pokemon Kart 64. It looks really cool. You can play as Pikachu, you can play as Porygon, you can play as like multiple Pokemon in the carts. Looks pretty cool. Was a hack of a Pokemon game where you called the monsters with a phone. Yeah, that's it. It was Pokemon Diamond. Before like the official Pokemon Diamond came out. So that's pretty cool. If somebody Pokemoned it with swear words. All right, let's go to IGN. Let's get a bit more of a wrap up. I don't know whether I'm going to do like an actual House of Mario episode now. I feel like I could. If I can just get like a wrap up so I can easily look at it without having to remember too much. IGN's got a bit of something here. Dragonaut. It's funny, like, is any of these news sites actually gonna try and tackle it? Like, who cares about most of the stuff? I don't blame them. But yeah, it's been something I wanted to talk about for a while, because I really do feel like Pokemon. Ooh, oh, it's just a bundle. It's not a special edition. Look at this, everyone. This is pretty cool. So Nintendo has announced a second bundle for the Switch 2. And this one contains a copy of Pokemon Legends ZA. The Pokemon Legends ZA bundle will launch at the same time as the long-awaited mainline Pokemon game, so expect to see it on store shelves. Looks pretty cool. So that's what I mean. Like, I don't like the art style of the game, but like the art style of like the key art and everything looks fantastic. I love the look of this. So yeah, maybe I need to see more box art and things. It looks pretty cool. 900 Australian dollars. Jesus Christ, is it really? How does that work? How much is a Switch? How's it $900? Have you had any impressions from Josh, if you liked it or not? No, I haven't. I haven't heard from Josh. He's a bit more of an early bird than me, so I haven't. I'm sure he probably watched it. I think the main thing he would have got out of it was just like, yeah, a couple more things look pretty cool about ZA. I think he's a little bit more high on ZA than I am, but I feel like I'm a little bit more. I expect a little bit more from Pokemon. I think I'm a bigger fan, probably. I assume, maybe. I don't know. You were kidding with the price. I was about to say, Jesus Christ, dude. How's that $900? That would be disgusting. Man. Yeah, I tell you what. I might do a House of Mario. I might try and do one anyway. I'm not used to being live and just jumping into a podcast. It's like, what is it, 11, a bit past 11 o'clock at this point. But yeah, I just want like a good little do-up of all of this stuff. So like there's this article here, Pokemon Legends ZA will be, so that was from end of May. That's the thing about Legends ZA too. Like here in Australia, like the Switch version is $90, so that's a $10 price rise for first party software on Switch 1, and it's $110 on Switch 2. So a massive price jump for these games. So the fact that the last game didn't run very well, leaves a bit of a bad taste in my mouth. But yeah, we will see. I mean, the problem is we're gonna buy it. Like I know I will. So it is one of those frustrations, I guess, that comes with it. Right, so the IGN's doing all the separate things, which is kind of annoying. Surely, who's going to be the best news site? Who's going to do it for me? Hey, for you, how you going? Yeah. Most excited. Well, I guess the thing I'm most interested in is like the mainline Pokemon game, Pokemon Legends ZA. But yeah, I can't say I'm excited. I was just sort of discussing with Michael and Luke earlier that I went into it not expecting much, and I kind of got what I expected. Not much. I'm kind of interested in. Well, I'm very interested in Pokemon Champions, but it's not out for another year till next year. So that's going to be something that I will be excited to play when it drops. But yeah, not too much. Pokemon ZA, please, pizza. Yeah, but it doesn't work. You got to come up with a French version of that. If it was based in Italy, you'd be fine. That'd be like Pokemon pizza. You could go along with that, but yeah, doesn't quite work. I'm just having a look around just the news sites. What's another Pokemon? I'll type in Pokemon into news, I guess. Pokemon. And yes, I did just search Pokemon Odyssey. Here we go. GameSpot. Here you go. Good on you, GameSpot. Finally. Like, honestly, GameSpot, they usually don't do that great a job. I'll be honest. But I don't know if you're much of a Pokemon fan. I get the feeling that you're not really. But you're already playing Pokemon Friends. I don't even think about downloading it. Like, I'd love to hear what you think about it. Because I know you're a bit more of a cozy gamer, so a bit of a cozy puzzle game of a Pokemon theme. I'd love to hear what you think about it. But for me, I kind of looked at it and went, like, I'm getting kind of sick of them just adding games to their entourage of mobile apps. I'm kind of just over it. Even if they do like a really good one, which I feel like the last few haven't really. Like the main ones are Pokemon Go, the Pokemon Trading Card Game, and Pokemon Unite, and the rest are just kind of just trash, I don't know. Pezza is European for Peter. Well, there you go. Oh, that's an interesting theme. Wow, the whole Peter and Pokemon, they don't really go together that well. For you, not a huge fan of the series, didn't really get into it growing up. That's fair enough. I got really into it growing up. Pokemon Bioshock hacking puzzle. Yeah, it kind of is a bit like that. All right, so I reckon I'm going to do an episode of the podcast. I got this here. I just want to go through this and talk about just the Pokemon series overall. I think that'll be fun to do. So I will jump into the scene and get into it from here. And my mouse is lagging, which doesn't really help my situation. So I can change my scene. So yeah, now we're over at the House of Mario. Look at that. Cool. I will make sure that I have the chat up still so I can still see you people. If anybody... I'd love to hear what you guys think about, I guess, each thing I talk about. I'll involve you in the show if you'd like to be a part of that. I do understand it's late, especially for us here in Australia. So no hard feelings if you need to pop out. But I just got to make the most of while I can to do podcasts and things and live streams while the kids are in bed. So let's bring up the chat there. Oh. We might be good there. Okay. Record there. And I will hit the introduction. See you on the other side, people. Bum, bum, bum. G'day everybody and welcome to the House of Mario, the South Australian Nintendo podcast that is backed by a 120 Power Star rating. I'm your host Drew Agnew, and the doors to this bonus episode featuring the Pokemon Presents are open. I'm here by myself today. I didn't want to drag Josh out at, 11:15 to talk about Pokemon Presents. But I'm sure we'll talk about his thoughts next week. I can sort of guess some of his thoughts. Just But we'll get into sort of what was announced at the Pokemon Presents. It was, I guess, more of the usual, the Pokemon updates as far as some TV series are going, as well as mobile game updates, mainline updates, and yeah, that's kind of what we got. That's kind of what we expected. I do like the pacing of this one a little bit better, mainly because it didn't start off with the mobile apps. Usually I dive straight into it. You know, the countdown happens and it's like, all right, here we go. Pokemon Cafe. Cool. It is what it is. So, but this one was a little bit better. You know, we got some things that I'm like, cool. I'll when it happens, when it releases, I'll be excited for it. And obviously, Pokemon Legends EA, that's probably like, I mean, just by the sheer fact that I'm a massive Pokemon fan, it's in my top 5 most anticipated games for the year. And I feel like most games coming to Switch 2 from Nintendo, they are in like the top of that list. Because I'm not really excited for much on the PlayStation side of things, like Ghost of Yotei. So yeah, nothing from Xbox really. So, and don't know. It's I'm kind of just in my retro bag at the moment, going back to older games, but not talking about that right now. But let's start off with some of the announcements that happened at this Direct. So, the first one, I guess, is like a brand new season. Season 2 of Pokemon Concierge is coming to Netflix September 4th. And this series looks pretty cool. I really enjoyed like the art style. Obviously, the animation, like, it just looks absolutely phenomenal. Just how every like Pokemon's fur, like, got its fur and everything, and how animated and alive the world feels. So I absolutely loved that aspect of the TV series, but the actual story itself, it was just like, it was a fun watch, but I don't particularly remember everything. It was very sweet, but I do kind of like where the next season's going, where, you know, the ex-boyfriend that the main character was trying to get away from seems like he's come to the island too, so a bit of drama. Oh, it might be like Total Drama Island if you're a millennial and you watch the ABC here in Australia. You would have watched plenty of Total Drama Island. Maybe it'd be that. Maybe not quite as wacky. A little bit more cool. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So Netflix, September 4th. I've been really enjoying Pokemon on Netflix recently, actually. I'll talk about this a little bit later, but I've got like an Android device shaped like a Game Boy here, and watching the original Pokemon anime on this thing is so special, like so nostalgic. It feels amazing because it's got no borders or anything. It just takes up the whole screen. And I was watching the very first Pokemon episode I ever watched was the Parasect episode, where they try to get Paris to evolve into Parasect to make some potion or something. I can't. Maybe I wasn't paying that much attention to it when I watched it in bed the other day. But yeah, pretty cool. We also got another TV series announcement. This won't be coming out until 2027, but Aardman Animation is making a TV series, which is pretty cool. So just to let you guys know, in case you don't recognize the name, this is the studio behind Wallace and Gromit, and I am a massive Wallace and Gromit fan. I absolutely love Wallace and Gromit. So to see that this studio is tackling Pokemon, it looks like a lot of fun. And while it looks, you know, it's a Pokemon TV show, it's aimed at, I would assume, pretty small kids. I really do hope that my kids want to sit down and watch this, because at the moment, Lucas has got no interest in watching Pokemon. You know, for a 3-year-old, it's probably still a little bit, maybe it's a little bit too complicated still. Not sure. So yeah, I'll be keen to check it out. The series is called Pokemon Tales: The Misadventures of Sirfetch'd and Pichu. And just watching this like little teaser clip, very funny. So yeah, I'm looking forward to watching it. It's not for a long time though, so I'm not going to be counting down the days. It's only 2 years away, which is it's kind of crazy to think that it's announced that far ahead. I remember with TV shows and movies, what I used to really like about those mediums is that when they get announced, it's not long until they come out. Somebody who's so entrenched in gaming news and gaming culture, I'm used to waiting 2 years for games, but the whole thing of like a short animation series based on Pokemon, like to have that being announced for being 2 years away, kind of sucks. but it is what it is. I'll anticipate it. So we've got a couple of cool TV shows to watch. And I still got to watch Pokemon Horizons on Netflix as well, because it took a long time to come out here in Australia. The next thing, which is pretty cool as well, it's another thing that I looked at and went, this looks awesome, but it's based in Japan, so I won't be going there anytime soon, probably. But when I do, this is another place, Nintendo themed, I really want to go and check out. So this is its own little theme park, I guess, or little park. It's called Poke Park Kanto. And reading from here, Pokemon fans can look forward to a theme park inspired by the franchise. Poke Park Kanto is being built in the Tama area, and this project is a collaboration between the Pokemon Company and Yumi Yuri Land. The grand opening is planned for 2026. And this place looks honestly like, it's like Nintendo World. If I stepped into Nintendo World and just looked around and all these Mario sounds are happening and, you know, just taking in that atmosphere would be crazy. And it's similar for this too. Like, actually, like, walking past a physical Pokemon Center and going into a parkland with Pokemon, and I assume the music would be playing too. And this, in this sort of picture they have here, it has like a Pokemon gym and that too. Like, it'll be crazy. So another place I'd love to travel to if we go to Japan. So pretty cool. That's the thing with Pokemon. It's so broad that when I'm looking at these shows and the park and all this, like, I'm like, you know, I'm looking forward to the TV shows, but, you know, they're made for kids, but I'll still get fun out of them in an afternoon when I watch through it. And the Poke Park Kanto, I'm like, oh, cool. Like, I'd love to check that out, but also not super accessible to me right now. But yeah, really cool. I'd like to see, like, if they expand it to Poke Park Johto, Hoenn, Sinnoh, Unova, like, it just keeps going and it becomes like this big Pokemon world. I mean, that truly would be something special. So really cool. Next up, this is, I guess, the brand new announcement, the surprise drop for the Pokemon Presents. It's a brand new game called Pokemon Friends, coming to iOS, Android, and Nintendo Switch 1, but it obviously plays on Nintendo Switch. Looks to be a puzzle game where you get a brand new puzzle every day. They seem to vary in what they are. So the very first example was Pikachu. He's got to run across all the light bulbs, light them up. And it was the exact same puzzle as Gym 8 in Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire, where you've got to step on each bit of ice to bring up the stairs so you can progress to the next level and eventually verse the gym leader. Very similar presence, but had other puzzles as well where you're flipping around railways to get the train to the other end. And when I saw it, you know, very basic, very generic, you know, it's not really for me. It had like an example of like somebody playing with their kids. I could definitely say that. There was another example where like somebody in their 20s, he was at his streaming setup and he gets out his phone and he's like playing it. It's like, dude, you're not doing that. I don't know. I'm just sort of so over the mobile effort that Nintendo and the Pokemon company has been putting out. And this is a major frustration I have with Pokemon. I feel like Pokemon, they desperately want that mass market, and they're being locked to Nintendo Switch as far as the consoles go, and they've obviously got some agreement where they can't be on PC, so that mass audience is purely just on mobile. So that's where like all of their efforts are going, and that results in them catering to that market. So it's a lot of just time-based challenges, free-to-play, microtransactions. So that's largely what we're getting out of the Pokemon series. And it's becoming something that, you know, a lot of these games, I'm not going to recommend these to my kids. I don't want them playing Pokemon Masters and then they're like, hey, Dad, can I get the points to train up my Pokemon, or Pokemon Go or Unite? Like, these are heavily monetized games, which I find no joy in as an old-ass Pokemon fan. And I definitely aren't going to be suggesting them to the next generation of Pokemon fans either. So it's kind of a rock and a hard place when it comes to what the Pokemon company is doing and how their relationship with Nintendo are sort of affecting the series as a whole, because Pokemon, it really needs to be everywhere. This needs to be a series that needs to be opened up far beyond just Switch, far beyond just mobile. And even if it's just PC, I feel like PC is such an important platform for Pokemon to be on. Even if it's not the mainline RPGs, totally get that. Like, I definitely know Nintendo's MO. They're all about exclusives and exclusive franchises that are just on that device, and that's why Switch is so successful. So definitely get that. But Pokemon Unite, I feel like so many more people would be open to that to play on their PC. Like MOBAs, they're a genre that is so popular on PC. You know, having your hotkeys on your keyboard, clicking around on your mouse. Feel like it's that is a really important game to be there, as well as like Pokemon Champions that we'll talk about later as well. How like that is a massive game on like Pokemon Showdown is so popular just in the fan community, and that's a PC game. So yeah, it needs to be on PC, and I think the PC audience has shown through like the sales of what was that game? It's escaped my memory. Something. What was it called? The Pokemon with guns. What was it called? Anyway, you know what I mean. It's late at night. I'm forgetting things. But yes, they've definitely shown that people are going to show up for Pokemon-like games, let alone Pokemon itself. So yeah, so that's what we're getting as Pokemon fans. The Pokemon community is just more stuff like this, like just stuff they can pump out onto phones. And even Switch and Switch 2 is sort of being ignored, apart from like the mainline Pokemon games, which get pumped out very quickly as well, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. So yeah, Pokemon Friends, not too excited about it. Foolish Fuji, she's in the chat. She's downloaded it. She's playing it. Not a massive Pokemon fan. I would like to sort of hear what she thinks as like a non-Pokemon fan. Maybe she enjoys the puzzles. I don't know. But yeah. Michael Town says they should make a Pokemon game for other consoles and PC with guns. That's right. So yes, I am live on youtube.com/iDrewby. So thank you very much to everybody in the chat. Really appreciate Luke, who's been in here as I was reacting, and Michael and Foolish Fuji as we wrap into this post show as well. So I really do appreciate it. What else we got? We've got like updates for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet 2. It's funny because these legendaries in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, I never actually caught them. So I'm not familiar with them whatsoever. And I feel like I'm going to be... I don't even know how to pronounce it. Wu Chin, Chin Pao, Ting Yu, Chi Yu. I don't know. I got no idea. When I was listening to him actually say them, I've like never heard them spoken out before. So now I know what it feels like when you ask your grandma to like name like the Pokemon. I'm like, I've got no idea who these Pokemon are. Yeah, but I've forgotten like most of these like brand new Pokemon. But yes. So yeah, we got some updates. But the main thing I guess we were sticking around for was brand new updates for Pokemon Legends ZA. Brand new game comes out very soon, which we're very excited about. You know, as much as I've got like a bit of a damper on, I guess, my feelings towards mainline Pokemon after Scarlet and Violet, I'm still very excited. I was a massive fan of the Legends games, and there's been some changes since that one, like the more real-time battling, which is still turn-based, but you do move around. I've got like my suspicions about it, just like, will it be actually fun? Not too sure. But yeah, I'm excited for it nevertheless. But before we get into the game itself, it looks like the actual game's getting a Switch 2 bundle. So this is the second Switch 2 bundle after Mario Kart World, which is pretty cool. So you get the Switch 2 edition. I don't know if it... Let me just double check. I assume it comes with a digital code, in most territories at least anyway. But we'll see. Just better check it just for the physical game. Probably actually says on the box itself. Can't quite see. Yeah, download code included. That's what it says on the box. So the physical bros out there, sorry about that. It is what it is. We expect it at this point. But I think one of the biggest things from Legends ZA is we've got a brand new Mega Evolution for Dragonite, which is based off of its previous evolution, Dragonair. He's got the big wings coming out of his head, got the pearl on his tail. Don't know if there's any type changing. I assume not, but it looks pretty cool. Like, I kind of forgot what they were, but I have looked through. All of these megas were leaked, but I can't remember any of them. But this was a part of it. So yeah, I kind of already know, because I don't know if you guys remember, but there was that big Terra leak a few months ago, maybe late last year sometime, and that was in that. But yeah, so we got the brand new Mega Evolution, and one of the bigger things as well is that we got a brand new sort of, I guess, raid battle with Mega Evolution. So you come across a Mega Evolution, and then it becomes like a 3-on-1, which looks pretty cool. Uses that new battle system where you're running around. So it kind of reminds me of the Sword and Shield raid battles, but being able to move around that area. So I'm looking forward to doing that. I really enjoyed the raid battles in Sword and Shield, and since I didn't stick around with Scarlet and Violet that much, I didn't really get into the raid battles and stuff like that in those games. So yeah, hopefully if I stick around with this, it's pretty cool. Because you didn't really get that in Legends Arceus when it comes to like doing those online challenges and things. So maybe some more of that mainline Pokemon stuff will come to Legends EA. Showing us more of the story details as well. Just going through some new characters. Showed us like a detective, which looked pretty cool, because it looks like we're getting side quests in this game. It'd be interesting to see if they're actually fun side quests, or it's just going to be like, just get this, or do you have a Mew? Or not a Mew, that's a little bit too cool, but do you have a Bulbasaur? Can you show me? Because I'm really interested in it. It could be something like that, but hopefully it's got like some interesting side quests, which would be pretty cool doing for the detective. New evil team as well, which looks interesting. But yeah, all of like the story details, I'm not too worried about getting into it without playing myself. I do hope that there are a lot more similarities just between Pokemon X and Y, like how the story ends there. I don't even know if these are sequels or prequels or what these are to Pokemon X and Y, but yeah, those games had pretty cool stories. Just like it was this big story about this prehistoric Pokemon war, and like some crazy shit happened in the Kalos region back in ancient times. So yeah, if this like plays off the characters like AZ, for example, that old man, I don't know if that is him in like the hotel area or if that's like a family member. So that's what I'll be looking for, is just like how it ties back into Pokemon X and Y. And I think I will do like a replay of Pokemon X and Y too. It's been so long since I've played those games. I played Pokemon X when it came out. I beat it relatively quick, and then I dived straight back into a replay of Pokemon Y, and I found that game so easy, so I decided to do a challenge run just with a Pikachu. And even with that Pikachu, I still, beat the game pretty easily. So yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, it's been so long. It's been like over 10 years since I played it. So yeah, it'd be cool. I missed this question but statement from Dolphin Pants, just popping in to say Pokemon Friends is a $16 on Switch plus in-app purchases, but free to play with DLC on App Store. That's interesting. So are you more limited on the app than you are on Switch? Because hopefully on Switch, you just buy it and you get pretty much what you need. But then on the actual App Store itself, you do, you spend $16 in an in-app purchase, and it kind of equates to the same thing. So that's interesting. Hopefully it's not just $16 for the sake of it. There's no way in hell I'm paying $16 on Switch. There's just no way. And going to Foolish Fuji as well, just regards to Pokemon Friends. The puzzles are simple but fun. I like it though. Cool. Well, I'll give it a go on my phone, I guess, because I'm not diving in for $16. Maybe I'll enjoy it so much I want to play it on my TV, but I doubt it. But yeah, I think that pretty much sums up just the presents. pretty fine overall. We got the update, like a pretty small update for Legends EA. Got that next beat of marketing material. But yeah, the other stuff's, it's kind of just cool, interesting updates about some other things that from the other side of Pokemon. But yeah, I think whenever I go into a Pokemon Presents, I'm always looking for that Switch or Switch 2 spin-off game. I'm not looking for like a little puzzle game on the App Store, that goes along with Pokemon Cafe, Pokemon Friends, Pokemon Sleep, Pokemon Unite, Pokemon Go, Pokemon TCG. I'm like, Pokemon Masters, like, come on. But like I said, it's just them kind of being desperate just to get out of Nintendo's grasp and get an audience that isn't just on Switch. So it is what it is until Nintendo sort of figure out what they're doing with Pokemon and maybe give it a little bit more flexibility to put some games like Unite and Masters and whatever on PC. We're just going to keep getting more and more and more, and they're going to go through every genre, every monetization strategy until it's just all over. But I sort of just want to talk about, what I was talking about before, just when it comes to how I'm feeling about Pokemon, because I still absolutely love the series. It's one of my favorite series of all time. I love playing them. I've got just great nostalgia when it comes to just remembering the games, playing them, the TV show, the games, the memories I got with friends, all of that. And while I look at maybe some of the more current things, while I do like the mainline games and I will play them, the new ones, I definitely get like more of a kick just checking out what's going on in, like, I guess, fan communities, because like with this, so this is a Retroid Pocket Classic, and if you're on YouTube you'll be able to see it. But what this allows me to do is just like, I've loaded up with pretty much every Game Boy game, every Game Boy Color game, every Game Boy Advance game, and even some other systems like, whether it's like Nintendo 64. I can't really do very good Nintendo 64 because I don't have an analog stick on this thing and has like a lot more buttons on that controller. So not so much that, but even PS1 without the DualShock, where it's just like the D-pad, that stuff works pretty good as well. But I've just been like really enjoying setting up these two devices. So like when I am feeling a little bit like sick and tired of what's going on in modern gaming, whether it is like, oh, look, these Pokemon games aren't really exciting me that much, or I don't really want to support companies like Microsoft because they're laying off so many of their important people that actually make the games, especially at their newly acquired publishers like Activision and Blizzard. So, when I get in those moods, I can sort of like go back and play like Game Boy games, and even on this thing, I've got like almost 200 Wii games loaded up on this thing. So like, it's just like a really fun sort of retro thing to go back into. And since this came in, I've just been really, really excited to jump into Pokemon Yellow. So I'm going to be doing a replay of Pokemon Yellow, but there's a ROM hack out there called Pokemon Yellow Legacy. It's by a team that a YouTuber called Smith Plays Pokemon. So he's done like some legacy ROM hacks for Yellow, Crystal, and Emerald, which are pretty cool. And their aim is just to clean up the games, rebalance some things, make it so you can catch every Pokemon in the one save file. Because a lot of us, we just want to sort of tinker by ourselves, not have to get the link cables out and all of that. And it like cleans up the sprites, and it just sort of polishes over the game. So that's kind of just, if I want Game Freak to do like fun things like that. There's even like there's a ROM hack of Pokemon Emerald called Rogue Emerald, where it is like a roguelite Emerald where, you get as far as you can with a team. Once you're defeated, you come back to your base. You're able to like choose a Pokemon you have, and you can start off with them again and sort of progress. And the idea of like a roguelite Pokemon sounds like a lot of fun, as well as like an open world version of Pokemon Emerald as well. There's just so many different ideas that people have ran with the Generation 3 games. And obviously I'm nostalgic about that era of Pokemon, but just the fact that we can't even get just the vanilla games on Nintendo Switch Online is just so annoying. But I'm at the point now where even if they came to like Switch 2, I would much prefer to play them on like one of these consoles, because yes, they have like a really good D-pad, you know, especially like this one. It's got the aspect ratio that sorts it a lot smaller. It's pick up and play. And what's cool about this thing, the Analog Pocket 5, there's an accessory coming out where it basically like clips on a second screen, so be able to use it for DS emulation as well. So that's kind of where like a lot of my excitement right now is coming from, just when it comes from Pokemon. Yes, I'm very excited about what Game Freak are cooking up and maybe some other projects that Pokemon are doing. But yeah, it comes down to like these other devices that I can go and play older Pokemon games and more ROM hacks and things like that. Because yeah, it's just crazy. Like I've got maybe 30 ROM hacks just just ready to go. And it just is so exciting to me. I was so excited to get this thing in. I'll share just with people, you guys watching on YouTube. But you can see like I've got like I can't really do it, but I've got like an animated background of Pikachu from Pokemon Yellow where his cheeks and his eyes are like, you know, electrifying, which looks awesome. And like I said, just being able to like, you know, watch Pokemon on it, watch like older, you know, nostalgic cartoons. I even use it as like an MP3 player, which is really cool. Like it feels kind of retro in that way as well. Just being able to like, I'm subscribed to YouTube Premium, so I get YouTube Music. That's what I use since I got rid of Apple Music just to save a bit of money. And I'm just like listening to like older Pokemon music on that. And yeah, I don't know. It's just such a fun little device. So I will say like in the Homestead Discord, I was I think Dave was talking about Pokemon ROM hacks or, you know, just stuff like that. And he said that like it doesn't feel legit. That's why he doesn't like to play them. Like if you sat at your computer just using like the WASD keys playing Pokemon, it feels wrong. But honestly, it's all about the hardware. When you actually get like a right device to play it on, that's what makes all the difference. And that's why it's really kind of frustrating that you can't do it through like an official means on a Switch or a Switch Lite or whatever. But yeah, I mean, if you feel like similar to me about Pokemon, I will say go and check out what the fans are doing, what they're doing with Generation 1, 2, 3 especially. Those fan communities are doing excellent work. And there's a little bit of Generation 4, 5 and, you know, peters out from there because the technology gets a little bit harder to work with. But yeah, really cool. I'll go through some comments. What have we got here? We've got Foolish Fuji. Oh yeah, I heard you talk about it on FOM podcast last week. Good to see it. A little bit lost, but yes, it was good to see. I can't remember if it was like maybe I'm talking about one of these. I can't remember. Was Michael said I play He Warehouse level of Tony Hawk 1 every now and again on the handheld. Haha, too sick. When I got an Ambernick, I played pretty much nothing but stuff on that for months. Yeah, man, and the Ambernick products too, they're really cool too. A Chinese company that does, it's got like 2 handhelds a month that come out. If you pay attention to the retro emulation handheld scene. I've got 2 of them. I've got like the Game Boy Advance sort of replica, which is awesome. It really does feel like a Game Boy Advance. Which is really cool, and a Game Boy Advance SP. I don't like the SP replica as much. It doesn't feel authentic, but the Game Boy Advance one feels really good. So, you know, I'm going to set it up so my save files, they can go between like my Retroid Pocket 5, my Retroid Pocket Classic, the Ambernick, whatever it was called, the Game Boy Advance replica. And I've got another one too, actually. I got another one. It's called the Trim UI brick. That's right here. I had my daughter playing with it before and she threw it. So this is a cool little one too. I've got like a little silicone case on it, but this one is just like to chuck in my pocket. So I've been really just in this retro handheld space at the moment. Like, I love the Switch too, obviously, but having like different form factors, you know, having like this small one to chuck in my pocket, having this big one which just feels awesome, authentic, retro, OLED screen, feels awesome. Absolutely. So yeah, I'm been absolutely loving it. So yeah, I love Pokemon. I've been really enjoying it, but it hasn't been so much through the official means. And I do really hope that maybe some changes happen between Pokemon and Nintendo to actually get some of this stuff organized. Because yeah, Pokemon could be so much bigger than it is. Like, they could really dominate. Like, even to the point where if some of these games outside of the mainline games were even on PlayStation, like just spread the field. Like, Pokemon should be up in the charts every week, like above Fortnite, like on all of these storefronts, on Steam, on PlayStation Network, Nintendo eShop, App Store, Android Store, should be on all of it. Yeah, full year just clarifies, yes, there was the devices. Yeah, I can't remember. I think I talked about this one, but yeah, this one hadn't come in just yet. I let it sit around for a few days because I'm just in the process now of like absolutely loading them up with ROMs. I got a 2 terabyte SD card for this one. So it's got like every GameCube and Wii game I could possibly want on it. Like, I went through pretty much every single Wii game in the library, GameCube game. So it's going to have like every Nintendo game I could probably ever want on it outside of Switch and Switch 2, which is fine because I have a Switch and a Switch 2 to play those games. So that's fine. As well as this one to play like, you know, retro games and all of that. So yeah, really cool. Michael, I really want the square screen handheld. Forget who makes them, but they're nice. Yeah, so this one, the Retroid Pocket Classic, this one's made by Retroid. Really good. Ambernick, they do a heap of them as well. I went for this one. It was $120 US, but it has like a 1080p OLED screen, really beautiful. And like, what's great about it is that, like, you know, those Game Boy games, like those blacks are completely black. The sprites look amazing at that higher resolution. It's just amazing. I can't recommend these things enough. Like, I know everybody just went and bought a Switch too, but I just been watching video after video about these things. Really cool. I never had a Game Boy or any other handheld Nintendo devices till the DS Lite and 3DS. So yeah, you missed out on the Game Boy era. So yeah, I don't know. I do wonder if you're ever like curious about just mucking around with some Game Boy games. I guess like the easiest option is just going to your Nintendo Switch Online if you subscribe to that. But some of these handhelds, you can get them for probably like $50 and download the Game Boy games that you want, chuck it on it, and go on it from there. But yeah, I know on your Steam Deck actually, that'd be pretty cool. That's another thing actually. Like, I've got a Steam Deck and I've loaded that up with games in the past, but I found like, and I was looking at getting a Retroid Pocket 5. Like, then I'm like, look, I don't need it. I've got a Steam Deck. But then it got to the point where like the Steam Deck is so big, I never just reach out and pick it up. Like, I wanted the smaller handheld. So that's where this come in. I just really wanted the smaller handheld to be able to reach, pick up, especially on Android as well. Like, it's turned off at the moment, but I was going to do an example. Like, you just press the button and it just lights up, ready to go, whether you're in a game or not, barely loses any battery. And like the PC handhelds, even Steam OS, which is by far the best one over Windows, is really, really great. So yeah, just the pick up and play nature of these things is fantastic. Really enjoy it. But Luke's still here. Hang on, Luke. I need to get a Game Boy EverDrive so I can put some ROMs on my Mod Retro Chromatic. Oh yeah, you got one of those too. I would absolutely love one of those too. I've got the Analog Pocket, which is great as well. I did find though that like I wanted access to, you know, some other things that emulation offers, like retro achievements, bigger screen as well, OLED, 1080p, bigger controls, and just access to more systems. Like, this thing is going to do SNES. Like, I'm so excited to like dive into maybe A Link to the Past or Chrono Trigger, or I don't know. I'm going to pick like a longer Super Nintendo game to dive into on this thing, because like the D-pad is just so... this is like one of my favorite D-pads. It's just so good. Especially like compared to the Switch, where it's just like, it doesn't have a D-pad really. Switch Towns. Pop in a Switch MIG card into the Steam Deck and get sued by 2 companies. No, I don't think I'll do that. Foolish. Yeah, at this point, NSO is my best option. I do have a Steam Deck though. Yeah. I will say there's an app. So if you go to the Linux side of your Steam Deck, which is scary, I know. I don't like going to the Linux side of my Steam Deck either. But there's an app you can get called EmuDeck. So you download that, you click on it, it says like, you know, how it just sets up all your emulators, and then you just got to drag and drop ROMs into it. Makes it super easy, especially compared to what I'm doing with these. Like on Android, I've got to like do it all myself, and I'm doing it like bit by bit. It's taking forever. But on Steam Deck and Windows and your Steam Deck and Windows, you just run EmuDeck and it just does it all for you. Drag and drop ROMs and you're all good. Yeah, a new what's Michael said? A new one, EverDrive 7 or something. I was looking at Mega Drives, but a lot of that retro gamer stuff is so expensive to get over to Australia from the US. It sucks. That's what I want, but they are expensive. Yes, they definitely are. Because honestly, for an EverDrive or something, you might be paying like the same amount for this whole thing. Because that's kind of how I'm tackling it as well. Like, I'm going to play a lot of games on this. I think they're going to play better on this compared to maybe like actual hardware or even my analog pocket, just because of the screen size and like the size of the unit itself. But there is something about clicking in a card. So when it comes to like actual hardware that can actually work with official cards, I'm probably just going to actually try and track down the game and have that authentic experience on the authentic piece of hardware. But these things, man, it's just like pick up and play, super convenient, plays amazingly, looks beautiful, got shaders and all of that stuff to do on it. It's really cool. Michael, the only way the Microsoft ROG will have a better launch library after all the layoffs will be if they preload it with RetroArch. That's right. Well, I have a great launch library, I guess, because it's got access to Steam. It's one of those things when it comes to the PC handhelds. It's just, I mean, they do have such an advantage just when it comes to pure library, because you can just literally play anything, and if it's not on Steam, it's going to be on an emulator. So you literally have access to anything. It's just about how much room you've got on the device itself. But I was interested in the Xbox ROG Ally. But honestly, I think if I get another PC handheld, I'll sell, because I do have the ROG Ally, the first one that came out, and I don't use it much because running on Windows, it just kind of sucks, to be honest with you. It just really kind of sucks running on Windows. You can't put it to sleep. It needs to update all the time, driver updates every time you turn it on. It just sucks. So I'm not about that life. The Steam Deck is certainly way, way better when it comes to just pick up and play. It's got a sleep mode, which is great. So I'm all about like these devices, but they really do need just SteamOS. So like when you can like load SteamOS onto these devices, it's going to be great. There's a community OS called Bazite, which is a different version of SteamOS. It's pretty much the same thing, but it's customized to the ROG Ally, the Lenovo Legion Go, all of these other not retro handhelds, PC gaming handhelds. So if I was going to get another one, I'd load it up with Bazite or SteamOS. But honestly, the one I'm looking at the most, if I'll save up some money and sell some things like the ROG and that, I really do like the look of the Legion Go 2, which is like, it's basically like a Switch. You can take off the controllers, but it's got like an 8.8 inch OLED screen. And it's pretty powerful. So it feels like a big tablet when you take it all off. And I could see myself using it like as my actual computer. Like I don't have a Windows laptop myself at the moment. So I could see myself like making it a gaming platform, but Like if I go on like a holiday or something, I can bring it with me. It's only like a small little brick really, and like a little tiny foldable keyboard and all of that, and maybe a microphone, and then I can do the podcast with Josh if I'm away from my PC here. So that's the thing, like the Xbox ROG Ally, it's gonna be so big, you can't really stand it up or do anything else with it like you do with a PC. So its use is really limited, and I find the bigger the handheld, the less I want to pick it up. Like I'm way more inclined to pick up the Retroid Pocket Classic or the Trim UI Brick, even like over the Switch 2. Honestly, like the Switch 2, when you're holding it, it feels great. It's awesome, but it's just like, yeah, the bigger it gets, like the more like at least I want to pick it up. I don't know why. That's why I still keep my Switch Lite around, which is great. Michael, if Windows still had Space Cadet pinball built in like Windows XP, then playing it portable would be worth it. I'm sure you can find it. I'm sure you can find Space Cadet pinball. Chuck it on there. I agree though. Like we're definitely boys of the same age, because we used to go to the computer room and just that's the only thing on the computer, and for whatever reason Alfie.com has been blocked. So we're just playing pinball on the PC on Windows XP. I'll carry my Switch 2 with no attention given. I feel terrified carrying my Switch 2. Yeah, that's the thing. We're still in that period where, it's a pretty much an $800 portable console. It's not really the type of thing you just want to chuck into your bag. Whereas that is purely the reason why I picked up this one. This was like $80. I just loaded it up with Game Boy to Game Boy Advance games and play it that way. I just need to get it to work up with like my save syncs, which would be great. But yeah, that's how I'm interacting with Pokemon at the moment. Is it legal? It's legal enough. I've bought all the games. Don't know. But everybody, I thank you very much for joining me live. I really do appreciate it. Thank you very much, Foolish, Luke, Michael. Really do appreciate you checking out the live stream. And I had a lot of fun doing this. This was good fun. I wasn't sure whether I was going to have enough energy to do it. We're coming up right to 12 o'clock. We're diving. Oh, there we go. Literally just swapped over to 12 o'clock a.m. in the morning for me here in South Australia. And it's time to go to bed. But like I said, really do appreciate you guys checking out the live stream. Something a little bit different. Haven't done a solo show for a little while. And I find it really hard during the day to record podcasts or do live streams or do anything. So this is my opportunity to do it now. So once again, thank you very much. And anybody listening to this on podcast services or the VOD over at youtube.com/iDrewby, I really do appreciate it. Have a lot of fun doing this type of thing. And how long have I been talking in the post show? 43 minutes. So obviously I'm talking shit for that long. Obviously I enjoyed it enough. But until next week, when we'll talk about some of this stuff with Josh, as well as some more Donkey Kong Bonanza and all of that type of stuff. The doors are closed. It's time to go. Have a good night. Appreciate you. Catch you later. The House of Mario, a Nintendo podcast, is proudly recorded in South Australia. It's hosted and produced by me, Drew Agnew, alongside my co-host, Josh, or JT if you like. Be sure to check out youtube.com/iDrewby, where I share all of my other content and stream the House of Mario live every Monday night at 8:30 p.m. Australian Central Standard Time. Join the Homestead Discord to be a part of our growing community, chat with fellow Nintendo fans, and get involved with the show through our mailbox channel. And don't miss JT's fortnightly Nintendo podcast, Nintendo Maniacs. Each episode features a brand new guest, and if you love the House of Mario, you'll feel right at home there too.